Hello artists! Today we're talking about how in your art you're going to pretend to be doing something that you like to pretend to be. Whether you're a pirate, or you're mountain climbing, or you're swimming with sharks, whatever it is that you like to pretend. Maybe you like to pretend to be a cook, or a chef, or a celebrity, whatever it is. So we want to make, that means that we're drawing a person, right? Those are all people. And so when you're drawing yourself, we want to make sure that we're following these techniques that we've been learning in our classroom and learning in art over the years. So we're using our circles, our squares, our triangles, our rectangles, our ovals, our trapezoids. Forgot that one, huh? And our lines, and we know that if we put these things together, we can draw anything we want. When you're drawing the human body, I want you to think about how the person is. So I'm gonna do rock climbing because that's something that I'm really afraid of, but I'm like interested in, and I would like to do that one day. So I'm gonna pretend to be a rock climber, pretend to have the courage. Okay, so the first thing I would think about is my center. And so when I'm drawing a human body, I use a rounded rectangle. And so this first part is very light drawing. It is not your final drawing. We are not these shapes, but our body parts are similar. So if we draw them nice and light, then we can go back and we can, smooth them out. My arm is not a rectangle, right? It's got curves in it, and then my shoulders are not pointy, they're round. So we want to make sure that we take the time after we draw all the shapes to go back and fine tune it, okay, and add detail like the V in your shirt, or the other things in your hair and whatnot. Okay, so I've got my rectangle, and so if I was rock climbing and I think I'm gonna reach up with this hand, so I'm touching from my shoulder to my armpit, and I'm reaching up. Can you see that? I'd probably put my head in before I do anything more. Okay, so now I have the head, a neck, an arm reaching up. Maybe this arm is reaching down, bending. So I'm going to use that check mark that we've talked about. And it can't just have one. There's one under it and up. And maybe I'm grasping on. I make my hand short, so maybe it looks like it's punching some rocks. I can even put some rocks here. I want to make sure that I have supporting detail. So the rock helps support the picture, definitely, right? And for my legs, I think that I'm going to have my leg reaching up. My knee is bent here. Let's see. And my other leg is going to be straight. And got to put this part of my leg in. There we go. Maybe I'm going to be stepping up. May have to adjust, so if something is too big or too fat or too long or too short, then you just adjust it. And this is why you need to draw as lightly as you can. And you might just practice on another piece of paper where you get your ideas, and then you can go to a better piece of paper. Okay. And sketching is fine. It's a good way. It's a very good way to start. Okay, so maybe my foot. I'm not really sure what my foot is doing. I don't know enough about rock climbing to know. I'm going to put my foot kind of just hanging there. I think I'm dangling. I'm in a tight spot. I think I need something like, connecting around my waist, and maybe a rope coming down. And I need a face, right? So I think I would be looking up. So my nose is going to be here. I'm going to do it as sideways eye, and hair, and a mouth, and I could even add more of a chin. Oof. There we go. That's a little bit better. So lots of erasing, fixing things up. And oof. All right. Okay, so I'm lifting, I'm pulling, I'm climbing. If you wanted to do a body that's laying, right, if you were swimming, then you're just going to turn your shape whatever way it's going. If it's sitting, let's see, can you see over here? If it's sitting, right, when you sit, you're like the letter L. So your body first, your hiney and your knee. So 1, Your knee to your ankle is one section, and your shoe. So I'm sitting. So maybe I'm gonna have my arm bent here. I'm gonna put, I need a head. I keep forgetting to do my head. I'm gonna put a big chair that I'm sitting in. And you know what I'm gonna add to my chair? It's a big office chair. Maybe you like to pretend to be the boss and you have a wheelie chair in your office. So now I've added a handle in front and a chair. Maybe it'll come out over here. It'll look pretty comfy. I could add a desk. So a desk might cover up my leg a little bit. I'm gonna put the desk this way over my leg. I'm gonna use a trapezoid. So it's shorter back here and closer up here. There we go. And so I could maybe put some other things on the desk like papers. So think about what you want and then just think of your body and how your body moves. And like I said, sometimes when I'm drawing, I get in that position. So if I want my arm up, I feel where it's coming from. I feel where it is. My elbow's up by my head, right? Here my elbow's down. Here it's way down. So you're looking at where your things, the parts of your body are coming and starting and stopping from. Okay, so do the best job you can do. Use your shapes, draw as lightly as you can. Go back and correct things, add things in, like clothing and details. Think about the time of day. Think about where you are in your adventure, and remember, you can choose you can choose fantasy or reality. So it can be a place from your imagination, or it could be a place that is real, something that you really might do one day. All right, well, good luck, guys.